What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Studio Hopper. We are here in Superior Sound Studio. We got Dan, the engineer. We got Larry, the CEO of their company. Enough Said is the artist, and they just making things happen in here. And it's looking good. It's feeling good. We about to go in here and check them out. See what's going on with Nuff. See what's going on with Dan. See what's going on with Larry. Studio Hopper. We in here. So how you get your name?
Man, Enough Said. Basically, I got my job basically from my homie. Like, you know, one day we was in the crib, he was like, you know what I mean, like, it was so simple. He was like, yo, man, somebody, you know what I mean, me and my homie was rapping, we was thinking about, like, rap names and shit. And he was just like, yeah, Enough Said. It seemed like that shit'd be cool for you because you just straight to the point, like, you know what I mean? You get straight to the point, you don't talk too much, you just be chilling, like, you know what I mean? And I heard, I'm like, yeah, that's John. I said, man, fuck, I'm running with that, you know what I mean? So, I just started, from there, I just started using it. Enough Said. Then it just got natural. Everybody was like, just calling me Nuff after that. Like, yeah, Nuff. It just started, you know, it became like a regular name, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, it fits you too, man, because I peep you, like, you know what I'm saying? We knew each other for a while now, and when I see you, when you speak, you say something, you know what I'm saying? You ain't just talking to talk, man.
Right.
Enough Said work for you,
man.
Man. Yo, I was listening to you make this song, yo, you gotta, when you make music, do you go to another place? Cause it sound like that, like you was at another place with this joint, like I could really feel your emotions and what you was trying to give, and you rapped over the X beat, you know what I'm saying? So that was definitely like, I'm giving this, so do you go to another place?
Yeah, man, I zone out, man, like me pretty much when I'm making music, like I gotta be in the crib, like it's somewhere by myself. I can't be around people, I can't really have it, cause the thing with me, I just, like I be in a mix, like I probably be saying dumb shit, you know what I mean, stupid stuff. I just need to have that comfort, you know what I mean, I need to be comfortable.
Right.
Just saying shit, just saying anything, like funny thing about it, if you was to catch me doing this shit, you'd be like, yo, boy, crazy, like what the fuck is he doing? You pop in the room, listen to me, like, yo, boy, sound crazy, but I need that space to myself so I can come out with the best material, you feel me?
Yeah.
So that's how I go about doing it, man.
Yeah,
I zone out.
Do you you write, or do you just listen to a beat and then you go from there? What's your process?
Man, my process, I listen to the beat, vibe out, I don't write nothing down.
Oh, all right.
I don't put no, I mean, I just zone out and just start putting pieces and stuff together. You know what I mean? As far as with me, a lot of people start off with their first beginning of their rap. I like starting off with the end of my rap and then work my way back to the middle and then come off with a start off.
Right.
You know, I know that sounds probably crazy, but
no, it's your process.
That's the way I process. I always process like that. I gotta have my beginning really, and I gotta have my ending, and then, you know, work my way back and then have the beginning of it. Like, cause I think that's the two important joints, like your ending and the come off. You gotta, the come off is for people to get the attention, and then you gotta end it off right, you know what I mean? So everybody like, man, he killed that, you know what I mean? Then the middle, you just fill it in, make it rock, and that's how I go about doing it. You know?
Absolutely, if you know where you're going, it's easier to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so what's going on? You got some projects going on? I was talking to Larry, he was like, y'all got some things going on, cause I like you, man. You got your manager, you got your team behind you, you know, you study making music, you study doing your thing. So what's your next project?
Right now, I mean, you hearing me on this X John right now, like, I mean, we just came with the process of just like, fuck it, we about to take this thing back a little bit, you know what I mean? Just start killing every little beat, old beats that I used to listen to when I was a kid, like, you know, with hearing people, like hearing my favorite artists is on them Jones, and then like, damn, like, hearing it now, it's like, damn, them beats crazy. You know what I mean? And they meant something, so it's like, I want to put my flavor to it, you know what I mean? And then let people hear me off of that, you know what I'm saying? Bring it back on that tip, so.
Right.
That's the project, the next project, basically. I'm just doing all like old 90 beats and shit like that, shit that was popping in the 90s. And just ripping them Jones. That's the plan every time.
I feel that. You know, waves recreate themselves anyway, so that 90s thing is popping right now.
Right.
And for real, it was a popping ass era.
Yeah, that was a crazy era. Then most of it ain't gonna be, I mean, it might not be all 90s. It might be some early 2000 in there. Whatever beat that catch my attention that was a couple years ago, I'ma just jump on it. You feel what I'm saying? Just jump on it and just put my flavor to it. You know?
Okay. I feel you, man. That's what's up. So, how'd you get into rapping, making music? You know, where'd this come from?
Basically, that started when I was probably like 12, 13 when I started liking music, you know what I mean? As far as just listening to it and paying attention to it, you know what I mean? Like around that era when like Beanie Siegel and like Jadakiss, when they was like beefing, that caught my attention first. Like I hear both of them coming at each other, talking crazy about each other. That kind of caught my attention. I'm like, oh, let me hear it. So it made me want to keep hearing what they were saying about each other. Then from there, I was like, man, I want to try this. Like, you know what I mean? So around like 13, I probably could say that I probably made my first rap. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And around that time, I was really writing the John down, though. Like, let me write the Johns down. And we used to, Larry, matter of fact, my manager Larry, he had a boom box or whatever. You know what I mean? And we used to take that and get like a recording John. That was my first recording session. Like in the crib, we have a boom box and then like a little recording John.
What's a boom box?
A boom, whatever, like a little, like just a regular radio.
Okay, yeah. I had one of them joints too. You can plug the little microphone up to it and you can record on the tape, John.
Exactly. So it's like you put that's when the tapes was out. You put the tape in there, we get the beats, we put the tape inside the John, boom, and then we hear the beat, then we're recording as we going in, you know what I mean? Taking takes and going in and out. So that's why that was my first recording John, man. First joint I recorded was like a Jadakiss joint. I forget what it was called though. I think it's a joint like Put Your Hands Up. And that was the first joint I had recorded.
You remember the verse?
I don't remember the verse. But I remember recording that joint, like, yeah, man, that's when I started really taking a liking to it. And it was just like just taking it, just doing it. It was just doing it for fun. It wasn't like I was thinking about nothing crazy about it, like I wanna be in the mix with it and doing all that. It just, as time went on, I just started realizing like, yo, this is something that I like doing. And plus, a lot of people was hearing me and they was like, yo, you hot, you know what I mean, you nice. So it was like, I kept going, like, you know what I mean?
That's real shit too, cause before I did this show, you know, people was coming at me like, yo, you need to get with the bull. And I'm like, yo, I'm already with him, yo. For real, full circle, like, y'all the reason I'm even with Shells, you know what I mean?
Right.
Shells.
Yeah,
you know
shout out to Shells, man. You got the best visuals, man.
Yo, real talk, you know what I mean? So y'all put me on, cause I came to Larry, like, a while ago, like, yo, I got this idea, cause I knew y'all was in the mix.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go do this, He was like, yo, I got somebody for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now we here now, so that's what's up, man. I appreciate this. Appreciate the love, man. We in the booth, man.
We in the booth, man.
I just heard you spit some fucking fire, dog.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, as long as if I'm in the booth, that's all I can do, man, is spit some fire. That's all I want to do.
So,
spit shit.
You from Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah? What part?
Philly, West Philly.
West Philly?
Yeah.
Okay. And I heard you talk about, you know, Beans and Jada and all that. Like, how does being from Philly and knowing that you got these predecessors that came before you, how does that influence your music?
Basically, like, it influenced the music on the tip of, like, you know, from me hearing what they did, and, you know, it kind of like, I love that era when hearing like Beans and all them and whatever. So it kind of like carry on that same instant of like, I gotta go in, I gotta give them bars. You know what I'm saying? I still keep that with me. You know what I mean? I heard that I was probably like 12, 13 when I first was hearing Beans and all.
Right.
But it stuck to me like, yo, that's what we posed. From being from Philly, like, yo, we supposed to give them bars. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's always stuck to me. That's why I'm doing this now. Like, just like, yo. And I always, if you hear me, like, if you hear a lot of my music, if you was to listen to it, you'll hear me like doing like songs and stuff like that. But I always come back to, you know, giving them that raw, straight, going hard shit. Like, all the time. I
listen to the mixtapes, man. I fuck with them, yo. They was thorough.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Like, and they was bars.
Right.
You know, you not going, it's not no bullshit in your music. It's real talk, and it come from a real place, and I could sense your emotions in there.
Right.
And that's where music come from.
Yeah, man.
And I can sense your bars. Now, do you feel like, because you from Philly, do you feel like you rap like you from Philly, or like you're a Philly rapper, or do you fall into any frame? How would you define yourself?
Well, me defining myself?
Yeah.
I don't define myself as a Philly rapper, but, you know, I think far as when you hear, like, if somebody from the outside hearing me, they can probably pretty much tell, because if they go back on the history of like the type of people that came before, you know, us in the last era, they gave out rap, like I was saying, they give out bars, they rap a certain way. So You know what I mean? In a way, it kind of, sort of. Like, it's like off and on. But me, honestly, I don't try to look at it like Philly rapper, though. I just try to just make music, and I try to go off of whatever I feel. Like, it's whatever I feel. Like, I'm going to just go in off of however I feel. I'm not trying to rap like a Philly artist or whatever, or a Philly rapper. I'm just rapping. I'm just making music, and whatever's going to touch, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Like, that's just art, you know what I mean? Yeah. I hear a lot of people downplay hip-hop, period. You know what I mean? Like, it's this, that, and the third. But it's a form of art, like every other art.
Yeah.
You know, and it has this process like every other art.
Right. It's the same thing.
And you can't, I like that you don't put yourself in any box or in any framework, because when you're an artist, you can't really do that, because you might come out with a rock song that's like major. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might not be able to perform it, or you might be able to perform it, but you might be able to give it to somebody else and show the world, because you just got that talent.
Speaking on that, is like with me, I definitely don't try to put myself in a box. I'm open to anything that come along. Like the songs I did a pop song, you know what I mean? Because I like challenging myself anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you'll hear me on anything. As long as I can relate to it in a way, or I can tell some type of story to it, and still give it my, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to rap like whatever the song is. I ain't trying to be like, I'm gonna just switch myself up. No, I'm gonna still give them me on that song. If it's a pop song, rock song, I'm gonna still give them me. At the end of the day, you won't still know that's enough said. But he just switched it up. I know how to finagle it, get into it, like, you know, zone out.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. But looking up, appreciate it, man.
You already know, man, it's all love, baby.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
The company is LB Watson Entertainment.
Okay, where y'all get that from?
Well, the name came from his first and last initials.
Okay.
Larry Brown, and my last name.
All right. What's your position in the company?
I'm the co-founder.
Co-founder?
Yeah, I'm a co-founder, and that's the CEO right there. That's the big dog right there.
How y'all come together?
Well, this is my brother, you know what I'm saying? And we grew up with enough or whatever, you know what I'm saying, since we was like 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? Now in West Philly, went to West Philly High, and you know, he was doing the music thing for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Even back when, you know, DVDs was popping or whatever. So, you know, as time went forward, you know, he started to evolve, and maybe 3 years ago, you know what I'm saying, he approached us like with this song he had at the time with this dude named Sean Miller. And it was called Live It Up or whatever. We did a video for that joint. It was shot by Will Knowles. And you know, he came to us like, you know, I want y'all to, you know, manage me, man. Y'all my dogs, and you know what I'm saying, y'all been supporting me with the music or whatever. So ever since then we've been rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Been rocking ever since.
What type of obstacles have y'all came across, like trying to make this thing happen? What's the biggest one you think you came across?
Money.
Funds.
Money.
This shit costs money.
Because it's like like I always say, you putting more into it than you getting back when you first starting off, and that's why I'm doing this right now, to bring the light to what's going on to people, because people out here really doing it for love and really just putting their heart into it and not getting a lot back right now. You know, putting more out than you're getting back. So, how do you like, you know, deal with that and still make your music and still keep it art?
Man, it's basically from the muscle is an understatement. Like, this really from the muscle. Like, it's from paychecks and shit we work for. So you kind of got to look at it as an investment. You know what I'm saying? To invest everything else, why not investing in my family so we can do what we love? You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, none of the cliche stories. You know what I'm saying? None of the dope boy is funding the dope boy from the hood is funding the situation and all that. Man, I got my work clothes on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, We using our money. This ain't coming from nobody. We using our money. It's us trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And that's from the muscle, man. That's from the muscle.
Did you guys ever make music or got any like type of hitting talents? Because I know sometimes you get into this business because you was attracted to it in some way. What attracted you?
This dude direct.
Word? I never knew that.
Yeah.
We might have to get some bars from you, Larry. We might have to get some bars. Really?
Yeah. Since we was young boys, whatever. But you know, I took a seat from that a minute ago. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it all stemmed from. Like our whole neighborhood, we used to all rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what he got the name Rip from.
Yeah.
You hear me say that in there? He said his name Rip. You know what I mean? He got that from rapping. You know what I mean? That was one of his names. That was his name or whatever. So that stuck with me. I call him that all the time. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, man. That's all I call him. So it's funny though when you think about it. Like, yeah, these boys would be rapping though.
What's
He was a little fly. He was hot though.
What
They
do you
took
think
off.
your first step was to take it serious?
I think the first step.
When you knew, like, you know what, I'm taking this, I'm going there, and this is what I want.
I ain't gonna lie, man. It might sound cliche, but it was like a time where a situation I had got. You know what I mean? I got like was in a situation with the cops or whatever. So it's like I thought that I was about to be done. You know what I mean? Like thought I was about to had to do years, all that type stuff, and it started making me think about all the stuff I could have been doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like stressful. It's like, man, I should have been going harder with the music and this, that, and the third. And I wound up getting off the situation after a while. Situation wound up, it got expunged and things went crazy. So it was like, damn, I got a chance to really do what I was thinking the whole time when I was going through the shit. Right. And I was like, man, listen, man, I'm doing it. And that's when I went hard. I made my first mixtape inside of one of my homies' crib, Dre, Mad Beats. And man, we was in his, shout out to my man Dre. He made all the beats for me. We was in his kitchen, just. Like I come over there every day.
With a shoebox over
the mic. Like I'm coming a long way from doing that to this. So it's like shoebox, and I was in there. He's had me stuck in there every day. Like I come out, he'd call me like, yo, I got new beats. I'm like, come through. And the thing about it is, I was making song after song after song after song, and then one thing, he's like, yo, you might put a mixtape together. You got all these songs, and I'm like, yeah. So I put my first mixtape together, Enough Said Volume 1. And I performed off of it. A lot of people showed me love. People brought the CDs. Like,
right.
It was just like, yeah, it was like, that was my stizzle. You know what I mean? I remember being up showing him. Like, I printed up my CDs and all that. And I was standing up showing him at one point in time. And I printed all my CDs up and just went up to it was like this spot that that sell tobacco and all that in the gas station right there.
I just around the corner.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to Shellham.
Yeah. So I'm up there. Man, I went out there, and sat out there for hours. Selling them Jones, I was trying to sell them for like $1. People was giving me $5, $10, throwing it in the cart. I was out there for a few hours. I made $200 in like 5 hours. That's when I was like, that was a moment where I was like, oh, I can make money off of this for real.
Some movements right there.
You know what I'm saying? And it kind of that was just like the beginning of me really taking it real serious. Like, where it showed me where I can go at it, how far I can go with it. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Dan? How you doing?
What's up?
Where we at?
Superior Sound Studios in Philly.
Superior Sound Studios. Tell me about the studio, because I know this is kind of a historic place for Philadelphia.
Yeah, so this is the location of the Bat Cave, which is kind of like where Philly hip hop grew up. So you got Meek, Gilly, Beans. I mean, pretty much anyone that came out of Philly that was, making big moves came from the Batcave. When the Batcave closed down, a bunch of studios opened up in this building because everyone wants to have that address. But the old owners and a couple of other dudes got together, opened up this place. I was lucky enough to be brought in, and that's where you're at now, Superior Sound Studios.
So who are the owners?
Don Groove and Biz. Those two with a third owned the Batcave.
Okay, and you kind of like, you hold down this space right here?
Yeah, this is my room.
'Cause I see it's like at least 20 rooms in here.
3,300 square feet. It's a lot. So the goal right now is to have this room. We have another room about this size, a little bit bigger. You guys saw on your way in. Did you guys check it out? J.O.'s room. His booth is a little bit bigger. And then the main room's going to be on the other side of here is this whole half. And that's going to be Groove's room. We're going to have a live room in there, drum room in there. We're getting a piano in, which I'm happy about. We're getting a drum kit in, which I'm happy about. It's going to be real nice.
So tell me about what you do.
I make music. Yeah, with whoever comes in. I latch on to whatever their, sound or goal is and try to, make that come out.
What kind of equipment you have?
Pro Tools. All Pro Tools, Pro Tools HD. We got tons of outboard gear, not even half of it's in here. Right now, running all Mac, HDX, JBL monitors, Yamaha monitors. This is a Control 24. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Beats as well?
Used to. I want to get back into it. I want people, especially the people that I've been working with for a long time, because a lot of the dudes I notice, they'll get beats either from YouTube or from some random producer or somewhere on the internet, and they bring them in here. And then I end up, you see some of the stuff I do, so I end up chopping them up, moving them around, change the pitch, change the tempo. And by the end of the day, it's pretty much, like I made the song, but that guy still made the beat. And some of these beats are really simple. This is a drum beat and a guitar track that I can play, so why not just make the beat, and then, I can I have everything tracked out, and I can take that beat and do more with it.
Have you ever made these?
Yeah. For a while I was making beats, and then it just got, with clients coming in, that became, it's when I had extra time I was making beats. Now I don't have the free time to make beats, but hopefully in the future I'll be able to. And yeah, that's something I want to start doing soon.
Yeah. You said you played the guitar.
Play guitar, play drums, play bass, play harmonica. I can play whatever makes noise. I'll figure out how to play it.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's not like once you develop the ear, and it's not like if you sit in front of this stuff long enough, or if you spend enough time around music, you're gonna figure it out. Like once you develop the ear and you can hear, pitches, this is right, this is wrong, it's not that crazy. Like I'm not a music theory, like mathematician or anything, but I can play,
Right, but you know what though, that's what it takes. I think the best players come from the heart first.
Yeah.
And then they kind of learn the instrument.
A lot of people aren't willing to put in the work, I think is what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
What's up?
Got one.
I told you.
Somebody always forget something. How'd you start making music, playing instruments, engineering?
When I was like a kid, when I was younger, I started playing the drums. Only because my brother played the drums and, he was cooler, my older brother. But like no one in my family played an instrument. Like no one in my extended family plays an instrument. Like nobody had, it's not like I grew up around, people playing music. But once I started playing the drums, like me and my friends got together and made some kind of crappy band. And then I think I got like an 8-track, like Tascam DAT recorder, recorded onto like little flash cards. To record ourselves, and I got like heavy into that because I'm like a computer nerd, you know what I mean? So anything technology, so like I latched onto that, I think, more than I latched on to playing the drums or playing the guitar. So it was always like I learned the drums and then I learned how to play the guitar, but I was always messing with like this recording stuff. And then when like computers, it was like when I started, it was very early. I think it was like Pro Tools 6 something. So it's been around for a couple of years, but it wasn't like it is now. And like when your average computer was able to handle recording, and I got my first like recording program, like a DAW, where you can click around and, you know, move clips and everything. Like, I was hooked, man. I just went fucking nuts. So that's all I did. Like, that's when I got home from school, from that time till the time I went to bed every weekend. Like, that's all I did was record my own music or my friends or whatever, and then mess around with it after they left. And I would spend hours messing around with it and just learning what stuff does.
Did you get any lessons, or is that the way you learned?
I took drum lessons, but for recording and stuff, no. I mean, you turn a knob or adjust a setting and then see what that does, and then if you can't, because in the beginning you don't know. Like, if you can't hear what that does, then we have the internet. Like, you just Google, like, how does a compressor work? How does an EQ work? Like, what is this? What does that do? And then, like, you have the world's fucking knowledge is at your fingertips. And if there's no excuse to not, know how to do anything. So that's how I figured everything out.
That's true. That's true. But knowing how to do something and knowing how to do something well are two different things. And from what I can see, you know how to do it well, and then it's a talent.
Well, I think that just comes down to like an obsession. Like, you have to be obsessed with what you're doing. Like, I'm obsessed with recording and mixing and editing music. It doesn't matter if I had people coming in or out of a studio. It doesn't matter if I worked at a studio. Like, I would be doing it at home with whatever, my own stuff was. Like, this stuff is all great, and, like, I can pay my bills and everything with making music. Like, that's awesome. But if I didn't have that, I'd still be doing it. And like, if that's not the reason you're doing something, then you're probably not doing what you think you want to do,